Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light this shit up. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light this shit up.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to What If Naruto Was the Ultimate Uchiha Part 5. And yes, I know what you're thinking, 2 uploads on one day. It's because I want to try something new with the channel. This might be the last part, the next part might be. I want to try get all these parts and turn it into a movie. I see everyone else doing it, and I'm thinking it would be able to help with my, how do I explain this, my watch time problem. It ain't even a view problem, it is a view problem. I'm just hoping it will help, because at least that way I can see all my efforts going into something and it gets rid of that demoralising feeling. Because I do enjoy making YouTube videos. At the same time, I have that mindset, if it doesn't benefit you in any way, why are you doing it? But yeah, other than that, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get straight into this. Last time we left off was quite a weird one. Naruto left on a 5-year training trip. And I did go step by step what happened and how strong he got. But when he got back to the village, there was many dead, and a man with purple eyes floating in the sky. He sent a wave of chakra down towards the village, just for Naruto to have to use Susanoo to deflect it. But it broke part of the Susanoo, which has never happened to Naruto before, ever. Even when Jiraiya used his full power attack. ASMR. Oh. Club Orange is the best drink. It's an Irish drink, but it's the best drink. Anyway, yeah. Now we're going to get back straight to where we were. Naruto launching himself up using, I don't know, wind style. Keeping himself afloat using that. Looks him dead in the eye and says, "You, who are you? What do you want?" Who we all know to be Pain, I'm going to say, says, "This world shall know pain." And he launches out of rod towards Naruto. Naruto launches his hand back at it and snaps the rod, but he feels his chakra get drained by it. But he completely ignores it, and Naruto says yet again, "I'm not going to ask a 3rd time. Who are you?" Pain replies, "I am pain, I am torment, I am everything you dream of, or have nightmares of." Naruto's had enough of these riddles, and before Pain can launch off another attack, Naruto decks him in the face, sending him flying backwards. This catches Pain off guard. What? Impossible. The 6 paths of Pain, I think it was, all appear out of nowhere, start ganging up on Naruto. This isn't like canon. Although Naruto didn't really struggle with them in canon, Naruto was just breezing through them, absolutely demolishing them. But Naruto's shown no mercy. This man has killed his people. He's going to kill all of his. And as such, Naruto enters his KCM mode, and in a blitz of speed takes out 3 of the paths of Pain. That's when one summons up a weird dungeon thing to heal the others. The King of Hell. Naruto launching down, using Chidori, but changes the style to water. Digs his hand through the King of Hell, and then places a seal on it, so it cannot be used again, at least by Pain. This is alarming to Pain, as his plan is, even if we get destroyed by him, we can just come back constantly. Pain summons up multiple animals, just for Naruto to blow them away with ease. When I mean with ease, I mean it was absolutely nothing to him. Naruto was disappointed. He thought after, I know it sounds wrong, but he thought after all his years of training that his first fight back at the village would be exciting. But at the same time, he has a feeling of like glad and reassurance that even this person who could possibly destroy the Leaf Village was no match against him. Maybe now he could actually stand against Madara Uchiha. Naruto destroys every single path of Pain. Now he's heading for the final one. Until a Kamui pool opens up in front of him and a hand launches out to grab him. Naruto using his own Kamui, changing his Sharingan, which also meant he had to sort of change the Susanoo. He wasn't using Susanoo now, I forgot he deactivated it. He uses his canoe to fly through this person's hand, and even phase through the portal, which he didn't even think was possible, and finally get in front of pain. Naruto surrounds his hand in just pure chakra and pushes it through this path of pain. That's when Naruto senses the real location, and he turns around ready to fight, just for this, whatever the hell that was, he was guessing it was Obito, to disappear. Naruto was not taking any chances. He used his canoe to immediately get to Nagato. He was there waiting. Naruto doesn't do any sort of the speech like last time. He doesn't even care. But he sees his eyes and he says, "You, what are your eyes?" Nagato replies, "My eyes are, how do I put this, the Rinnegan, the most powerful eyes in existence. The same eyes as the sage of the 6 paths." Naruto, looking up to see the purple option, wonders, and he goes to click it, but not before he hears an explosion behind him. Damn it, I knew I shouldn't have taken any risk. Before Nagato can say anything, Naruto pulls out his kunai and absolutely beheads Nagato. To look at his eyes, thinks better not to leave these, and rips them out of his now beheaded skull and places them into a jar and puts them into his pocket. Not pocket, some weird seal jutsu thing. He just flying rushing to get back to the village to see something he didn't expect. The explosion was actually deflected by the sheer shockwave of Sakura's punch, and there was a blonde woman there who he didn't recognise. That woman was soon named by Jiraiya to be the Tsunade, the legendary Sannin, who had been training Sakura at the request of Minato. Sakura, seeing Naruto, her face lights up, smiling and waving at him, but Naruto looks at her with a bit of, "Don't think I forgot about all your uselessness," and turns around. He searched around for Sasuke, but can't find him. Oh well, he must be doing something else. Naruto activates his, I'm gonna say he activates the first Magenko Sharingan he ever activated. Indra's Magenko Sharingan. You know, the one that allowed him to speed up and control time? Naruto slows time to a stop and surveys everything around him. He can't find anything. Naruto then smirks as he looks behind him. Just in time for him to throw his time, a Kamui portal opened up, and behind him there was a hand reaching out towards him. Naruto, using this to his advantage, activates one of his eyes to be Kamui. He can pick and choose which Sharingan he uses. Activates one of his eyes to be Kamui and the other one to keep it with his Indra. And with that, he reaches his hand through the portal, as well as his head. He sees Obito. He tries to grab him, but his hand phases through. And he says, "Interesting, he was planning until the last second to phase, just in case." Doesn't matter. He still hasn't figured this out yet. Naruto uses Kamui like we've seen him do before, makes him and Obito tangible, as when two forces using Kamui at the same time, but using it in a different way, it cancels each other out. So Naruto grabs onto Obito's still masked up face and unfreezes time. Obito flies through the portal, still thinking he's got to drop a Naruto, till he realises there's a hand on his face, and he absolutely gets body slammed into the ground. Obito with his chains spins them round. He doesn't need to pretend to be Madara anymore. He can use the weapon he's most confident with, which is his chains that he uses against Minato when the first time they meet after years. Naruto jumps up, and he's impressed with Obito's speed. Obito, realizing that he isn't untouchable now, realizes this isn't a fight for him, but he can't get away. Naruto has placed a flying Raja mark on him without Obito knowing, for one. And wherever he goes, Naruto can easily follow. His only choice is to fight until that man arrives. And so they begin. Obito's speed actually seemed to be outpacing Naruto, who has by now left his KCM form. And Naruto laughs and says, How about you handle my 8 gates? 3rd gate open. Green... Shouldn't I say green actually? Green chakra radiates from Naruto, opening the 3rd gate, and he starts blitzing Obito, still with his Sharingan activated. Obito's confused. How can someone be so good at ninjutsu, their Sharingan, taijutsu, all at once? Even Obito struggled to open the 1st gate, But he realised that's what he had to do, and so he did. While Obito was in his first kick, Naruto was in his third, so he was still getting blitzed. And there was pure shockwaves coming from Naruto's punches. People could see this. And Sakura was just purely amazed. She thought, damn it, I thought that after this training I'd be physically stronger than Naruto, but then punches seem to be stronger than mine. And I can tell he isn't even going all out yet. Just what sort of training has he done in these last 5 years? And that massive green monster that I was using earlier, what was that? Naruto is getting a bit bored of Obito. And he decides to end it. And he says, I was planning to take you back to Kakashi so you could talk it out, but you have bored me. Naruto spins round, entering fourth gate for a second, along with KCM. Slaps Obito's face, sending him flying backwards. Naruto appears above him again with Chidori in hand, saying, how about you like this one, Kakashi special, and impales Obito in his chest. And he rips his hand out, just to see Obito heal. What's going on? That's when the ground beneath him starts shaking, and Obito starts laughing like a maniac. Remember, everything in canon that was happening before has still happened. Kabuto getting Edo Tensei's ready, all of that still happened. And that's when they all appear. Except that now it ain't at the battlefield ground, it's at the Leaf Village. Naruto is not having this, and he teleports them all to a wasteland. I'm saying for plot wise, it's the same as canon. And he smirks. He sees Madara Uchiha standing there with some other sad characters behind him. He no longer feels fear when he looks at Madara like before. He feels excitement. And when Madara looks at him, Madara just feels curiosity. Obito was busy now preparing plans for the Ten Tails resurrection. So Naruto was able to fight with Madara. At first, Naruto lost all his power-ups. It was just base form, Sharingan. And they're just testing each other out. Madara was very, very impressed with Naruto, who he thought would be a lot weaker than this. He was way above Naruto was way above his expectations. He just thought Obito was a bit weak. He was very impressed that this nearly 16-year-old boy was able to easily keep up with him. Then Madara thinks you might be able to keep up with this. How about now? But every single time Madara would amp it up, Naruto would do the same. Madara activates his Magenko Sharingan, his eternal Magenko Sharingan, sorry. And Naruto sees the pattern and he recognizes it. And he starts belly laughing. Madara says, "What's so funny, brat?" Nothing, Madara Uchiha, it's just I can do the same. Madara says, "Oh, you have a Magenko Sharingan. Great, it was going to get boring otherwise." Naruto says, No. I just have that Magenko. He activates Madara's Magenko, throwing Madara off guard a lot. And they both activate the same Susanoo. Except, for some reason, Madara can't figure out Naruto's Susanoo is way stronger. And that is due to the simple fact that Naruto has integrated it into everyday training. When he's cooking, he uses the Susanoo arm for another reason. And it's just over time the proficiency that Naruto can use has increased. So, where if Madara's Susanoo hit Naruto's with its blade, yeah, a chip would be. But if Naruto lands a decent hit, it would absolutely decapitate the Susanoo, which eventually happens. And Madara's Edo Tensei body gets hit by the sword sent flying backwards. Everything is going to plan. Naruto is absolutely bodying Madara, which he's a bit disappointed was this easy. And now using his special jutsu that the years of training to put up to, he raises his hand in the air with a Ascend Shuriken. And he using its wind style, of course, and he chucks it right at Madara Uchiha. And as we all know what's about to happen. Sorry, I had to yawn. Madara puts his hand against it as his red eye soon becomes purple, and in a flash of its light, the explosion ensues, just for Madara to be standing there completely unfazed, with the same eyes as that Nagato guy. And Naruto says, the Rinnegan, this is a lot more interesting. Madara gives a whole speech about how this is true power, I am the true sage of the six paths. This is real divinity. Naruto's just belly laughing. Madara says, you, even in front of greatness like this, you still choose to laugh. I admire your courage, at least. Naruto says, it's not courage, it's confidence. And Naruto says, but Madara, why do you only have one eye? And Madara laughs and says, it's a shame, really. Because of that stupid Obito not meeting my standards, I had to give him one of my other eyes. But all is fair in a game of love and war. One eye is more than enough. Naruto pulls out the Rinnegan that he had in a pot and shakes them about. Seeing this, Madara is excited, ecstatic. But Naruto yells at him, before you even think about stealing it, I'm giving you one. It's boring otherwise. Madara takes this as a joke until Naruto whips out of the pot and dashes it at him. Madara has never moved as quick as he has. As he jumps and he launches and jumps at the Rinnegan and catches it. And he yells, how dare you, something as precious as a Rinnegan, and you dash it like it's a bouncy ball. But Madara, now overjoyed, lifts up his hair and places his new Rinnegan in his empty eye socket. Pure chakra radiates from Madara as the Rinnegan synchronize, synergize, and finally become one. And he explodes with power. Madara's like, yes, this is the power I've yearned for even. Now not even Hashirama could stand against me. You brat, because of this favour, I'm giving you this one chance. Join me, and the Rinnegan that is in that pot will be yours. Naruto says, maybe I'll take your offer depending on whether my hunch works. Naruto looks at a selection of eyes, or options that are blurry, and he sees the pink one, or purple one, and he says, it's worth the risk, and he clicks it. Madara is in denial of what he's just seen. Naruto's Sharingan quickly changed pattern into the Rinnegan, both eyes. Madara starts screaming, how? Impossible! Someone like you with a Rinnegan? That can't happen. That can't be. Do you activate by no? This isn't reality. Naruto sees the other options, but decides to leave it for now. And he says, how about now, Madara? Does this seem like a fair fight? Madara soon comes out of denial and into excitement. This isn't going to be as easy as he thought. He's going to get a real fight before he activates the infinite Tsukuyomi. But Naruto's realised something. Before, when he would have certain Magenko Sharingan activated, the icon would be glowing, and all the others would be dark. But now with his Rinnegan activated, all his Magenko Sharingan options are glowing. And he soon realises what this means. He can use every single ability at once with this Rinnegan activated. And that's what he does. The show off to Madara, he slows time for everything around them except for them two. Madara is confused until he sees Naruto's Rinnegan actually glowing a bit brighter. And he says, amazing, so this is your ability. Everyone gets a unique one with their Rinnegan. That's what I'm just saying happens. I don't know if it actually is true. So yours is to slow down the very time itself. Naruto says not only slow down, and all the most people who are running in slow motion actually freeze. Madara just in shock and says, you can freeze time? Incredible! Are you sure you don't want to join me? Us together could end this war in seconds. Naruto says, Madara, you want me to join you when you're not realising something. Out of courtesy, I haven't froze time for you as well. I could freeze you just as easily. As a matter of fact, I could keep you frozen for the rest of the time. And actually, unfreeze time for everyone else. Hearing this, Madara is very, very, very terrified of what Naruto can actually do. He realises that the danger Naruto poses to him, if he can activate this ability once, the war's over. Madara will be frozen in time for eternity. But it could be a bluff. But at the same time, Naruto doesn't seem like the person to bluff. And as such, Naruto uses Fugaku's Sharingan ability, the most powerful genjutsu in his actually Shishui's. He can use Shishui's genjutsu and spam to make Madara live out a life where Naruto actually froze him in time as everyone else passed by. Thousands and thousands and thousands of years flew by for Madara as he was frozen in place. He saw the world grow greater than before, technology advancing, and even entities that Madara could never dream of coming to Earth. And that's when Naruto releases the genjutsu. Madara falls to the ground in a cold sweat and says, "What?" He looks around. Everyone is waiting for him to get up and attack, and Madara realizes he was all a genjutsu. Amazing. If you're wondering, Naruto used Tsukuyomi on steroids with that Rinnegan boost. And Naruto looks up. He can sense powerful entities, including one of his old friends coming, and says, "The fight begins now. 10 Toes, I summon you." Madara summons up the Gedo statue. And he's already, with the 5 years that Naruto's been gone, every single toad beast has been collected. And the entire fight that was fighting with Obito and Madara, they was actually siphoning off Naruto's 9 Toes chakra to feed to the Gedo statue. And as that happens, the 10 Toes is formed. Other than that, guys, hope you do enjoy me in front of family. Like, just a bit too close. Hope you do enjoy in the Whatif. The next part will be the final part. And other than that, guys, I hope you do enjoy it. Peace out, guys. Love.